I really don't want to come on here and say this, but I'm going to just keep it real. I just been feeling depressed lately because with so much that's going on in this world, it's just tearing me down, like second by second. And it's just one thing after another. And I know we all go through things and we all have problems, but we always try to wonder, like, why is we experiencing all these problems right now? Because that's life. Because life always continues to hit you when you're not prepared. And the ones that you don't see is the ones that hurt you the most. Because I've been working for 5+ years, right? And I've been trying to do right, work my job. And it seems like it's always one thing after another, right? It's like, and let me know, have y'all experienced this before? Because it's like, they add on everything to your job to make your job harder. But they won't add on nothing to your paycheck to make your pay go up. So it's like they doing everything in their power to stress you out even more, to make your job harder. And it's just crazy to me what's going on in this world right now, how grocery prices are rising, how gas prices are rising. It's all starting to get to me. And then sometimes I just wonder, like, I go back in the day, like, I always felt like I wasn't good enough because people used to always tell me that you can't do it. So it's like it's starting to get to me now because life is just constantly coming at you. So it's like you get discouraged in anything. So it's like you just talk yourself out of situations all the time because you're so used to hearing this over and over from your peers. So you start to feel like people really don't even love you for real, you know? And I know it's crazy to say that because it's like people only wanted to be bothered with you to use you and benefit them. So now you start to think of your life like, why am I not being in peace, you know? And that's what causes depression, you know? And it's okay to be depressed because you're human and you have feelings. And you really didn't have time to just figure it out because it's like your mind is constantly wondering. You're going at 1,000,000 miles per minute because so much is happening in your life. Because life is just lifing. And everybody's life is going to life. So it's like you try to figure out ways to just calm you down. Because I like music, and music really calms me down. Because I listen to R&B, I listen to rap music. Music is what calms me down. Because sometimes you really don't have time to think. So that's why you're just so congested with problems and you're so depressed all the time, because that's the reason why I'm so depressed all the time. But I just get up every day. I just take it one day at a time because that's all I can do. Because what else can I really do? I really can't control situations. I got to take the situation for what it is. Even when nothing seems to go right, and depending on the luck that you got and I got, you always be like, the luck that I got, it's always something crazy. You feel like you done seen it all. Don't nothing even faze you no more. You know, that's so sad when you living in your life and you done seen so many broken promises. You've been lied to, betrayed so much. It don't even really matter no more because you done seen it all. You done put your trust in somebody, or you've been waiting on somebody. You always put your faith in a friendship or anything. Then it always crumbles. Then you look at life like, wow. And you start to think like, maybe it's really me. But in reality, it's not healthy to think like that because when you start to think like maybe it's really you, you start to act insecure. I'm not saying that you're not taking accountability because you want to change your life But it's like it all starts with you. It all started with you in the beginning, because it's like you never really had the confidence to do what you want to do. So that's why you just give up on everything. And that's why I used to give up on everything. It was like I was always running. And I got a lot of things in my life that I never really stayed dedicated and disciplined to just continue. So it's like I was always running. So in reality, it's like, how can I move on if I'm always running? How can I just change? Because and I be thinking in my mind that there's really no change. So that's why I'm so depressed, because in reality, it's like you become so depressed that you stuck. You feel like you stuck and you just can't get nothing right. And you just feel like you walking in that same spot, but you're not going nowhere. And I know life is like that, because life has its ups and downs, but you got to get through life. It's a struggle every day at a time, but you got to take it a step and every day at a time. Because when you think about it, like, man, I got to do all this. That's when you like trying to figure out a way to just get out of it. I had to stop getting out of it, because if I don't, I'm just going to keep being more and more depressed. And a lot of people are going through things in life. They just don't show it. And some people are just strong. And some people are just, they say they weak, but in reality, I don't really think they weak. They just got to apply themselves more. And everybody's life is different. And I know a lot of people going to say, well, you don't know my life. You don't know. That's cool. But there's people out here who slept in cars just to get to where they needed to be. That's depression. Who couldn't afford to eat. Didn't know where they was going to sleep. But they didn't cry about it. They had the courage to be strong. So to keep me well-rounded, what I do, I just watch videos like that on YouTube to motivate me to keep going. Because depression is real. But you got to fight back. You know? You got to always fight back. So every day that you wake up and you got your ability to move, walk, and talk, get out there and be constructive. Because when I look back on my life, when I was in my 20s, every day that I woke up, I was taking it like it was a game. You know, I was just getting up, waking up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But when you grown, you can do what you want to do. Because when you was younger, you had rules and stuff, and your parents structured you like that. So when you get grown and you get in your 20s, now you feel like you can slack off. Because you never really slacked off before. Because your parents gave you structure, and then you had rules. So now once you get in your 20s, you start living like you ain't got no rules. But in reality, what I want to tell the youth is that once you get in your 20s, that's when you're really supposed to grind, because it's like you wasted time. Because you're not taking life serious. And I know that you're young, but you're not going to be young forever. So it's like, if you don't work hard to have fun, that's where you're going to lose in the long run. Because that's what I didn't do. I didn't work hard. Now I'm in my 30s, and I'm just trying to get it together. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I've been depressed for a while, but I just don't really show it, because I don't think nobody really care. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like everybody else got their problems. Don't nobody care about your problems but you. But everybody else wants you to care about their problems, and that's cool. So it's just like you start to feel like you're not appreciated for what you do, because you be there for others, and others always turn their back on you. So it's like you're just trying to find your peace while you maintaining for so long. And I know life gets tough, but in reality, you just got to take it one day at a time, because things will get better. Because people tell you that all the time, and people tell me that all the time, and I be so tired of hearing that. But in reality, things do get better. But what people forget, just me in general and just people in general, is that things will get better if you execute and keep moving. So it's like when you depressed and you feel like you just can't move no more, that's when it's like you defeated. Because I used to feel defeated all the time because I wasn't moving. Even if you're depressed, you still got to move, and that's how you battle your depression. That's how you get through it. Listen to music, watch TV, something make you laugh, but always work or do whatever you need to do. Occupy yourself to get through it, because life is getting serious out here, and you wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for this. So it's just sad. And I know it's sad because when you find yourself doing the same thing and you look at your life, of course you're not happy because you feel like you haven't accomplished your goals that you wanted to do. So now you mad. It's like you mad at the world. So now you're trying to figure it out, and now you feel like it's too late. I be feeling like that all the time. And if you feeling like that all the time because you feel like you're getting old and people not going to take you serious. So in reality, it's like you got to stop feeling like that, and you got to start trusting yourself. You really don't trust yourself because you always feel like you wasn't good enough because people was telling you that. But it's time to live for you. You got to stop living for others, because I was living for others for so long, I didn't even know who I was anymore. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what my purpose was. I just felt like I was just useless. And I know you can feel like you're useless, but in reality, you're really not, because you got to stop thinking like that. And that's where we go wrong at, because you're never too young or too old to do what you want to do. Stop being insecure. And if you fail, you fail. It is what it is. But you know what's so special about failing? And it may depress you if you fail and you feel like you keep failing. The reason why you're depressed because you letting it get to you. You got to keep going. Times will get better, and take it a day at a time, because that's all you can do. Because I was watching this YouTube video the other day when 50 Cent was on there, and he was talking about his situation, and he was saying like being depressed is a luxury. And I was looking at him like, how being depressed is a luxury? Like, everybody go through something. Like, we can't have feelings. He basically was like, being depressed is a luxury because, let me explain to y'all. Because where I come from, you ain't got time to be depressed. Everybody is depressed, but them bills still got to get paid. So you got to get out your feelings. And I didn't learn that until I got in my 30s. So that's why I've been depressed for so long. Because I didn't learn that until now. But watching this video saved you a lot of time. Because I was always thinking that I wasn't good enough. And then I was always going against what everybody had to say. If somebody tried to show me something motivational, I didn't want to listen because I was always depressed. I didn't want to hear nothing good. I was always in my feelings. I always had rebuttal. For everything somebody told me, I wasn't willing to learn. So in reality, to like overcome your depression, you really got to let go. And what I mean by letting go is that stop being so over emotional. Stop tripping all the time. So it's like you got to take the situation for what it is, because we can't control it. And that's how you move on, because you let everything go. And that's just my take on the situation. So let me know if y'all ever felt this way before. Let me know if y'all trying to get out of y'all depression, because it takes a step at a time. And if you like this video, like this video. If you don't like this video, you still gonna see me again. So see y'all in a minute. Peace.